Good morning, team. I met with a coworker yesterday evening to kind of hash out some ideas on how, excuse me, how to set up the NewRow room. So I thought, while I'm going to do this, I would just record it, and if it helps you, I hope it will. If not, do it the way you want to do it. Um, but we talked through a lot of the bonuses and shortcomings of NewRow and testing the map test. And I think this is what's going to work for me. Like I said, hopefully it'll work for you. And I'm just going to record me doing it, setting up the class, and hoping that it can help you. What you'll want to do first is log in to NWEA map testing. I'm not going to focus a lot on how to do all the map stuff in here. But the one thing that you want to do before you open up your NewRow room or anything is you need to find your testing code so that you can change your PowerPoint before you upload it into NewRow. So I'm going to go to Manage Test Sessions once I'm logged in. I'm going to go over here, Save Test Sessions. I'm going to have it show. I'm going to look for the one with today's date, which is the 6th. I'm just going to keep that one open for both the morning and afternoon sessions so that I only have to change my slides one time. So I'm going to click on that one and click Test Now. This is real early. I'm not starting my kids actually now, but like I said, I'm going to leave this open pretty much all day until the last kid finishes. And I've got all my students. Again, this is maybe not super FERPA friendly here, but we don't need all that information down there. Okay, so what we need to do, all right, this is what we need right here. They're going to need the session name. So I'm going to write down the session name exactly as it's shown here. If it's a capital letter, it has to be a capital letter. So for today, my session name is MAP capitalized space reading. And I didn't do the underlines because I found in the past that that doesn't help the students. Then I just do a space and my last name, Jordan, space, and I decided to put today's date with dots because slashes, dashes, sometimes that's hard for the kids to find. They're more likely to find the dot. So 16.21. And then you're also going to need to know the password. This is their password. This is the password you're going to put on, excuse me, on the slide. So password is 4276 for my session. And this pin over here, this is the number you're going to need if a student gets locked out. You want to be sure that the student can't see that's hidden from them. But Proctor pin, I always write that down as well just for my sake, but it's not going to go on the PowerPoint. So then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my PowerPoint. And I'm going to go to the page. I put this page up and show them because it has the link there on it, but I may actually even let me copy this real quick here. While I'm making adjustments, copy, okay. And now let me find that main page that I'm gonna leave it on up in the room, which is right here. Oh, it is there, it's already there. So what I may do is I may just put this one up. And this is the one I'm gonna, well, we can't leave it in the main room. I'll explain that later. I used to leave it in the main room. So the first thing I want to do is I want to change the session name right here to be capital MAP space capital R reading space capital Jordan space 1.6.21. And this is going to go over the little box area a little bit. I don't know if I can, yeah, I can make this bigger. I'll make that a little bit bigger there so that it will fit in there pretty well. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to also change this number to the password number, which was 4276. And again, I'm going to move it so that it fits nice and pretty in the box. Okay. And then this right here, what is that? Well, I'm going to delete that. I don't know where that came from. Okay. So it looks like that's good. I may have to look and change this. Enter the password, click on the blue arrow, choose your name, find the test you are taking, and I'm going to need to change this because there's no longer green checks and red X's. So I'm going to have them raise my hand. Raise your hand when you are ready to be confirmed. If you're having difficulties, I've got to take that out. If you're having difficulties, please tell me in the chat. And they will just have to be patient and wait till I get to that. And again, the chat may go really fast with questions. Okay, so that's what I need to change for this. I'm gonna just look through here real quick. This is what's gonna be up in the testing room. They can't move themselves to the troubleshooting room, so I'm just gonna tell them to raise their hand. And raise your hand and tell me in the chat. Please be patient. Patience is going to be key today. When you have completed your test, please raise your hand and I will move you to the confirmation room. Okay. Do not leave until the teacher confirms test completion, or you may have to retest. Have a fantastic. Okay, the rest of that looks great. This is what I'm going to leave up in the main room in the testing room. We are going to have to test in the main room. I'll go a little bit more into that later. Questions, we're not going to do that. Also, I changed the K-12 to Stride, just FYI. You should be able to go find a snip and put that in on those. So this is what's going to go in my locked out room. Okay, and then please wait patiently while the process confirms your completion. That's going to go in the completion room and the troubleshooting room. So let me check that out and make sure that's all good. So I have the Firefox one, but when you load these, you're going to have access to all of these in the breakout rooms. So no big deal, but okay, there's the Google one. And I did this one. I know they have this one, and I'm going to leave those because those kind of sort of work, but they're a little outdated. So yesterday I went in, and the best and easiest way that I found to get the kids to unlock their pop-up is to click on that little lock button in the address bar, and then a window is going to pop up, and they need to make sure that that says allow. And I know it's a little bit hard to read, but maybe I should switch these out. Let's see if I do that. Hold on, just give me a second here. Move the little arrows for a minute. I think I do want to do that. I think I want to blow that one up a little bit more. I don't want to lose this one because it's a really clear. It's a little bit clearer than the other one. Let me make this one a little bit smaller. So it fits nicely there. Point. Okay. And then I want to make this. Oh, let me move my arrows again. Sorry, guys. But I just want to be honest and show you how I'm setting this up. Okay, so there's the little lock again, and we need it to say allow. Okay. And then I think that's it, because the rest of that on there should be good to go on the troubleshooting. Okay. That's only for me. I'm not showing this one to the kids. That's just for me to have if I need that number. But I've never, hopefully knock on wood, I've never needed it in the past. Hopefully I won't need it today. Also, be sure on the first slide that you change it from, mine said beginning to middle of the year map test. Okay, now I'm going to click save on this so that it's my latest copy. And the good thing with this is we don't have to close it out. I'm just going to put it down here at the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to move this off to the side because, again, you're going to have it on my second screen. I really highly recommend the second screen for this testing so that you can watch and see who's logged in and whatnot. Once you've updated your slide, the next step is to log into your K-12. And when you do that, you're going to click on classes. And you're not going to click on your normal class that you're used to or your upcoming one. It's going to be this one right here, I believe. Seventh grade, right? Room 1. Okay, and once you're in there, you'll see the session that you set up for today. I'm going to start off setting up the 10 a.m. session. So I'm going to click on it. And it's going to take me right into NewRow. Now, it may, because I'm doing this in Zoom, recording this in Zoom, it may not allow my camera to show here, even though I have my camera turned off in Zoom. We'll see. Be sure you check these settings while you're here, that those are correct, that it's got the right headset that you're using. 9 times out of 10, if there's a problem with audio, whether it's yourself or the student, it's going to be these settings right here. So if the student is having trouble hearing you, or especially if a student says they can't talk on the mic, please have them check these settings. And the way you can do that is by going back up into here, settings and device settings. So before I do that, because we are going to need to check and make sure our settings are correct, but the very first thing you need to do once you open up your NewRow room is to lock it. You don't want kids just coming into the main room willy-nilly. If you're not seeing this toolbar here, you're not seeing that toolbar, go ahead and click on Tools and Whiteboard, and that will bring it back. Okay. Then we're going to go to Settings. Be sure again that all of this is checked out. Then you're going to go to Access and Security, and let's see what my everyone but instructors and admins. So instructors and admins can come into that main room, but you don't want your regular students coming into the main room because that's going to be your testing room. And we want to keep that room as quiet as possible once they start testing. So everyone but instructors checked. Room mode, you're going to want to use the webinar for this, for the map testing. Okay, so be sure that's checked. Then default permissions. You want to check screen share, so if the student's having trouble that they can screen share with you. And you want participation list in alphabetical order, not time joined. So go ahead and change that to alphabetical for this testing purposes. That's going to be up to you what you want to do in your rooms once we're just teaching. But for this one, go ahead and click alphabetical. Chat settings, we want group chat and ask questions. We do not want one-to-one chats. We don't want the students chatting with each other. And it's probably best to just leave that off even when we have classes. You want to also be sure that this is checked, that the clear chat after the session is over. Otherwise, it's going to stay in there forever. Okay. Once you've got that browser focus, we decided to turn these off for this one. This is going to be good when we're having classes, but since the kids are going to be working outside of this platform, they're supposed to be working on something else. So you don't really need that. If you can't get a child to respond to you, then you're probably going to know that they're AFK, and you might need to call their home number, their LC, or the student if they're able to be called. Okay, so once this is done, you're going to click close. Got your settings. Now we've got to upload our playlist. So I'm going to click the show where it'll pop up this playlist over here. You're going to go up to files. And since I'm loading it brand new, since I had to change it, you'll have to do this every morning. I would delete the previous day's ones just so you're not confused. I'm going to click on that little add button. And mine is on my desktop. And it should be spring 2020. I think it's going to be this one. I hope it's going to be this one. We'll see. I'll check it out and make sure that it is. I have a couple. And it might take a little bit. That green bar is going to go across, showing that it's uploading. Of course, the longer your file, the longer it'll take to upload. I'm going to try something here too, because I see a folder here. And just see if this works. Okay. Breakout share folder. I'm going to try loading it in here and see what happens. This will automatically load them into the breakout rooms. That would be awesome. We didn't try this last night, but I saw that and I'm like, it may not work. If it doesn't work, then I'll show you the harder way. There are no files. Hold on. Let me try again. Let's try this again. Oh, you could rename that one. Okay, well, that's not going to work, I don't think. All right, so let me go just back to this. Okay, so it won't automatically let it put in there. I think it'll show it in there after you've added it, so that's fine. So now we're going to close the, okay. Add to playlist. I don't want to play it just right now. I want to just add it to my playlist. So there it is. And I'm going to click on it. Oh, it's going to take a moment for it to load all of it. Excuse me. Sorry, I have really bad allergies this morning. Okay. So we're going to click on this. Let me make sure it says middle of the year. Okay, so I know I've got the right one because the other one I didn't change middle. So I know I have the right one. Okay, and this can be in the room just like this. This is our main room, but it will eventually be our testing room. And once we go over the instructions, it will have this in it. Okay, but for now, let's keep this because I'll give my first wave the instructions in the main room. So we're going to have to do this in waves because we can't put testers in a breakout room because then they have the ability to get on the camera and all that. Oh, that's the other thing over here. You want to be sure that you disable the whiteboard tools. Okay, that's disabled. You don't want them turning on their mics or their cameras unless you get one pulled into a private room, and then you can give them individual mic privileges or make them live and that kind of stuff. You do want to leave the chat open because that's going to be the main way you're going to communicate with the students. But as I was saying, we can't do the testing room in a breakout room because of the camera mic issue. We want it to be quiet in the breakout rooms, in the testing room. So that's why the testing room has to be in the main room where you can control that a little bit better. Okay, then we're going to start creating our breakout rooms. So I'm going to leave this on a piece of paper so that I know which breakout rooms I'm going to do. So to open up a breakout room, you're going to go to Tools, Breakout. And it automatically comes with 4 rooms. I'm going to go ahead and add a 5th room and a 6th room for extra waves. What I know is room 1 is going to be troubleshooting. Room 2 is going to be locked out, because you know there's going to be some kids get locked out. And then the 3rd room is going to be for confirmation. So 1, troubleshooting, 2, lockout, 3, confirmation. Then 4, 5, and 6 are going to be our extra waves. So let me just show you how to do the breakout rooms first. Okay, so when you go to a breakout room, you'll see once there's kids in the room, there will be participants here, but you can go ahead and set your breakup rooms up ahead of time. So we'll go into room, we're going to make sure auto assign is off. I'm going to move this time limit to 2 hours. Now that's, how many is 2 hours? And I would just make it more. I'm going to 120. Okay, 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. Okay. Now I'm going to move myself into room 1. Okay. Drag and drop. All right, hit breakout. Okay, now you're going to see that class is currently in breakout rooms. Okay. You want to go ahead and click manage breakout. And now here's where I can go. Now that these are blackened, I can go into the room. And you will have to load your deck into each room. So this will take some time, but I'll let you watch me do it over and over again. Each time you go in the room, you've got to confirm your devices. Again, make sure that looks all correct. And then you're going to, again, just what we did before, we're going to hit playlist where that pops up, search. This time though, since we already have it in our deck, you can type in map. Nope, it's not this. Okay, go to files. Let's just go to files. Add. And actually, you know what? We've already done it there, so we don't have to go to the search, but click global search. Make sure you click that, and then I'm going to type in map. And there it is right there. So we just click it, and it's going to upload really quickly since we've already uploaded it that first time. We're going to click on it and add to playlist. And then I'll click over here. And since this is going to be my troubleshooting room, I'm going to have this lovely little one. Oops, now what? So that's what's going to be in my troubleshooting room. And then I'll talk to them individually and help them with whichever slide it is that they need. So that's going to go in my troubleshooting room. Now I'm going to go, you can just click here and I can go to room 2, which room 2 is going to be my, and again, you have to confirm that that's all correct. So we're going to go again, files, add a file. Nope. Sorry, not add a file. Search, be sure that global is checked. Type in map, and it's going to come up. We're going to put that in room 2, click on it, and add to playlist. It's going to pop up over here. And room 2, we've done troubleshooting. This is the locked out room. So I'm going to go to my little locked out slide and have that be what they see when they come in here. Then I'm going to go back up here, move to room 3. Same process again. Confirm. And then I'm going to go, take a minute on files. Global search. We'll get faster at this. Map testing slides. Click on it. Add to playlist. Click it. And then this is room 3. So this is my confirmation room. So I'm going to go down to my please wait while we're confirming. Okay. And that's what I'm going to leave on in this room. Then room 4, 5, and 6 are going to be my what I call tidal wave rooms. So breakout room number, and you may only need one of these. I just want to have a couple extra, just for, you never know. This is kind of still a little bit unknown. So again, you confirm that. You go up to files, search, global, type in map. It's going to pop up. And click on it. Add the playlist. Click on it. One thing I want to check here is I want to make sure that it is the, yeah, it's got the right one. I forgot to do that in the main room. I would always check and make sure that this is correct. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it on the main page because each wave that comes in, we're going to start and they're going to get their spiel. Okay, and that's saved there. So now I'm going to move to room 5, same story. And they'll stay in there even when you leave and all that good stuff. Confirm, file, search global, map. And click on it, add to playlist. And click on it. And then again, I'm going to just click on that first one. And then I'm going to move to room 6. Confirm, files, global search, start typing in map. And again, the whole thing. Okay. Map testing slides, click on it, and add to playlist. Once it's there, click on it, and get it to whatever one you want it to start off on. Okay, so now we're going to return to get out of here and go back to the main page. You're going to return to Breakout Manager, okay? And you'll just click close down here, or the X, but you don't want to hit end breakout though. Okay, so we've got that all set up. Now, when you come back in, you're going to notice that you're not live anymore. So when you change rooms or when you come back to the main room, which we're not in the main room. Currently my class, no, we are in the main room. We are in the main room. You're going to want to hit that live button so they can hear you. See, now you're in live mode and your video comes back and your audio comes back. So that's another thing. That's why I think when we were in the trainings and we were losing stuff when we were going to breakout rooms and moving around and stuff, that's why you have to re-click on live. And you can click to make up to 5 students live in this webinar mode. Okay, so we've got that all set up. Let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen as the kids come in. So the first round of kids that come in, I'm just going to let them hang out in the waiting room until 8 o'clock. The kids that are there at 8 o'clock are going to be the first wave. I'm going to bring them in here. I'm going to go over this, and I may even do a share screen to share, because you know they probably didn't read this lovely little thing. So to do a share screen, you're going to go to Tools, Share, Desktop Share, Start Screen Share, and then you're going to pick the one that you want. And it's going to look a little funky for a minute until you bring up the file that you're wanting to share. So just tell me, it's going to look a little strange at first, but you'll see. Okay, and then once you have this up, it's going to look normal to them. Okay, I may go over this. Be sure that you're using Chrome. You need to keep your camera on. Only certain ones are going to be able, like I said, you can only have 5. but we need to have access to their camera is the main thing. Explain how long the test is, about breaks. I will probably briefly go over this with them in there. And then I will move on to, and stop screen share. And go back to playlist. You just click back on your map test, and there it comes back up. If you need your whiteboard on again, just click whiteboard to bring that back. But oh, and two, if you need to write something on your slides, you can click on this little pencil down here, and you'll be able to write. So I can do this. Let's say I wanted to put a box up there. I want to put a box, and I want it to be a green box. Let's see. Then you just do that. Okay, but I don't. So now what I'm gonna do is on this three little thing, clear page, and it takes it away. Okay, that's if you need to write on it. Okay, so that's on there. So we're gonna go through and here what they're gonna need to do. I'll explain to them that if they try logging in and they get an oops, that it's probably their browser lock. And I'm gonna go ahead and show them real quick how to change that in Chrome. Hopefully they'll just use Chrome and not worry with Firefox. The Firefox ones will just have to wait. I don't want to take too much time going through that. I'm not going to show them that. Then I'm going to take them to this page and get them to log in. They're going to raise their hand when they're ready to be confirmed. Okay. You're going to have to wait. This is going to be where the patience comes in. You're going to have to wait till all of the ones in that room have their hands raised. If someone is having problems, you'll need to, and then you're going to write down the names of the kiddos. You're going to need pencil and paper for this. Write down the names of the kids that have their hands raised and confirmed whenever the majority of them have that done. You might have one or two that are having tech issues or whatever that you'll need to move to a different room. But then that's when you're going to take everyone to the breakout rooms. And to do that, you're going to go to Manage Breakout, and you're going to see your participant list here. And all the ones that had their hands raised, you're going to leave them in the main room. Okay. Anyone that's having difficulty, this is where you're going to move them to the troubleshooting room in room 1. Okay. And then I would go back to the main room, and I would confirm all your confirmers and tell them they're confirmed. And then I would change it to the testing room session. And from that on, it's silent in the testing room. And then what you would do is go back to Manage Breakout Room, go help that student that's in room 1. So you would join room 1, help that student, get them confirmed in there, and then you would come. So let's hop in. We would hop in, help this student here and here. Once they're good to go, you're going to go back to Breakout Manager, and you will take that student, and you will both be in this main thing. Move them out of the room. You drag and drop them into this participant thing over here. This will take them back to the main room. And then close. Don't ever hit end breakout. Just hit close. Okay. And then you'll both be back in here, and remember to hit yourself as live. Okay. Then you're going to see numbers popping up over here. Don't stress. They're just going to have to wait in the waiting room. There's a wait patiently button there. And you'll see the number. And when you hover over it, it will give you the names. And again, you're going to have to jot down those names, because initially it's going to pull them into the main room. Okay, everybody's going to be together initially for 2 seconds. But you're not going to hit unlock. You're just going to write down their names. You're going to go to Manage Breakout Room. Well, no, hold on. Hold on. I think you do have to let them in here. You'll write down their names first, then you'll admit them to the room. And I don't know if you can choose the breakout room or if they're going to come into the live room. I'm not sure about that. Hopefully, if it gives you the option to choose breakout room number 4. That's going to be your transition room where you redo the whole spiel, and then you will move them all back to the main room while they're testing. So you may have to go ahead and let them in and then go to your managed breakout, and you'll see them all here, but you don't want to move someone that's already testing. You just want to move those list of kiddos that haven't heard the spiel yet and move them to room 4. Okay. Once you do your spiel with them, you'll do the same thing that you did with the first group. Those that have their hands raised and are ready to go, you will write down their names so that you know those are your testers. If there's anyone that's having difficulty that doesn't have their hands raised, and it may be better to write down the names of the ones having difficulty if that's the smaller number, whichever one is the smaller one. You're going to move the ones that need help into this oops room, the troubleshooting room, and then you'll move everyone else back to this main one, and then you'll hit close so that everyone will be in the appropriate room. Then you'll come back, help any in the troubleshooting room. When they're done, move them over to this one, close, go back to the main room, see if there's anybody else waiting, do the same process over and over until you get all of your testers in the room. When you're finished, you can pretty much just end the session. But like I said, I'm going to keep mine open till 12 o'clock. If I still have one testing in there, I may go ahead and let them finish up. I don't know if I can run 2 NewRow rooms at once. I may have to close that one before I can open the other one. I'm about to find out because I'm going to set up my afternoon class as well so that I have it all ready to go. So we'll see. I hope this was, recording. To record, that's tools, and you hit recording, and you can tell it to record. For this one, we'll probably need 2 hours of recording, and you can start, but I don't need to record it here because I'm recording it over there. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, I'll have teams up. It'll be hectic at first as we're trying to get kids in, but I will try to answer your question. Be sure and reach out to your lead or your AP or any of the admin that were in the meeting and said, hey, if you have any problems, reach out there. But I hope this video helped, and good luck today.